You're back to the Rice Exchange. Now, the Ethiopian Capital Market Authority hosted a 3-day workshop on Islamic capital markets from Wednesday to Friday in Addis Ababa. The forum, conducted in partnership with FSD Africa and UNDP Ethiopia, outlined future developments and the preparations that the country is making towards the enthroning of Islamic finance within its capital market framework.
We've seen the power of a functioning capital markets. Our project, supported by FCDO, has focused on harnessing Ethiopia's potential, particularly its 40 million plus Muslim population, to develop a robust Islamic finance ecosystem. The draft Islamic capital markets roadmap, which we refine today, is the culmination of this effort. It is expected to outline key recommendations and a policy framework to ensure Islamic financial products like Sukuk thrive in Ethiopia, aligning with market needs and stakeholder expectations. Today's agenda is twofold: consultations and capacity building. We will discuss the roadmap's proposal, crafted with your input, to ensure they are practical and impactful. Then we will deepen your understanding of Islamic capital markets instruments, from Sharia governance to Sukuk structuring, equipping you with the skills of implementing best practices. With ECMA's recent licensing of Ethiopia's first investment banks and ESX's ambitious goals of 90 listing over the next decade, your role as brokers, intermediaries, and market players is critical to turning this roadmap into reality. This mission ties directly to the homegrown economic reform program's vision of a dynamic capital markets driving economic growth. By mobilizing Sharia-compliant capital, we're not just diversifying our financial system, we're fostering opportunities that uplift communities and reduce poverty. Your engagement this week has been invaluable, and today we solidify that progress. Let's make this final day count, engage in the consultations, absorb the training, and let's launch this roadmap with momentum. I'd like to close by extending my deepest gratitude to ECMA, UNDP, and FSD Africa for their collaboration, and your partnership has been critical to this success.
The purpose of today's training to be provided by IFAS is twofold. Firstly, we aim to raise awareness among market participants, including companies and various service providers, regarding the strategic importance of developing an Islamic capital market alongside our conventional financial systems. Secondly, we seek active participation from all stakeholders in shaping a dynamic, inclusive capital market environment. As you all know, the conventional capital market is at its nascent stage. So while it is essential to consider establishing an Islamic capital market in Ethiopia at this stage, which is not common in almost all countries we have been visited so far. Firstly, it is fundamentally a matter of rights and inclusiveness. Ethiopian Muslim citizens deserve equitable access to financial instruments that align with their faith and ethical principles. Ensuring their financial inclusion is not merely an economic decision, but a commitment to respecting fundamental rights. Secondly, an Islamic capital market promises substantial economic benefits for both the public and private sectors. It diversifies investment landscape, attracts new domestic and international investors, and fosters economic stability through ethical financial mechanisms. This expansion of capital market offering can significantly enhance Ethiopia's overall economic growth and resilience. However, as you will understand at the end of this training, developing an Islamic capital market is not easy business. It involves navigating complex frameworks, addressing intricate legal and taxation issues, establishing a governance framework, and significantly boosting stakeholder awareness and understanding. My message is that ECMA has been playing its role effectively and will continue to do so. We expect you to play your part as well. Through concerted effort, collaboration, and commitment, you can successfully build an Islamic capital market that functions effectively and enriches Ethiopia's financial landscape.
What can be said here is a long contract from an Islamic perspective is a contract that is used actually to ease the hardship of somebody who's going through financial difficulties, right? Whereby you extending loan without interest, because it does not make sense to take advantage of somebody who's in hardship. And therefore, this is a contract that is more suitable to be used in the social kind of setting, relationship between people. But if you want to talk about commercial activities, all right, where parties are looking to make a return, this is from a Sharia perspective become, a very good contract to be used. And therefore, there are other alternatives and other contracts, which maybe I'll show you later. I have a slide on the main contracts that we use in Islamic finance, right, to arrive to the same outcome. So that's the first thing that can be said that distinguish the Islamic finance system from the conventional system. Second, prohibition of excessive uncertainty and gambling. What's excessive uncertainty in Arabic? Gharar. MashaAllah, we have people who know the terminologies here. So gharar, which is an excessive uncertainty, having excessive uncertainty can eventually lead to disputes. And Sharia would like to, reduce these disputes as much as possible. So a clear example of that, like if I enter into a sale transaction with somebody and I don't specify what's the subject matter, what is the asset to be sold. I want a car. What kind of car? What model? What year? If we're not making the terms clear, it becomes an excessive uncertainty. Once we exchange the money, I get the car, I start making problems. And there are many examples in contemporary financial transactions where excessive gharar can take place. Gambling in the sense that you're not allowed to enter into a transaction where one party is a winner and the other party is a loser. An example of that will be in the conventional instruments, derivative contracts. Usually you have one party winning and the other party losing. So that kind of transaction, given the fact that gambling or maisir is not allowed, then in that case, it becomes non-Sharia compliant. The creation of asset-backed based linked financial transactions. So in the banking industry, you guys, we have looked at different banks and the kind of products that you offer. We found out that Murabaha actually is maybe the only, can I say it's the only financing product that you're using at the moment? Yeah? Yeah, we had this, conversation with banking representative when we came here on November. We had a consultation session. And we came to understand that it's only one product. So you're familiar with this product. And Murabaha, if you look at the transaction of Murabaha, entails that you should buy an asset and then you sell it, right? And if we have another contract like Ijara, leasing, you're actually buying an asset and then leasing it. So when you look at majority of Islamic financial transaction, it's either asset-based or asset-backed. It's linked to the real economy. So that's something that distinguishes Islamic finance, I would say, from the conventional system.